If you have a lot of leftover bread, it is great to make breadcrumbs, but you need the right knife. It's serrated, perfect on the edge to cut through nice and smooth. Slice the bread so that way you can make 3/4 of an inch cubes. So that way it can be processed inside of the food processor and break down easier. I have a combination of gluten-free sourdough and whole wheat sourdough. So to make an interesting flavor combo. So I put it into the food processor, allow it to run until I get a crumble. Use a sheet pan that has a nice rim and line it with either parchment or the non-stick pad that I have on there that is reusable. Spread the crumbs that are from the bread all over and then smooth out fully all over the sheet. Utilizing the seasoning, which is Italian herb from your harvest, wake it up by putting it into a mortar and pestle. It will make sure that it's at its fully potential because over time it is not as potent, but it reopens all of the natural oils that are inside of the herbs, and it is much better compared to just using it straight out of the jar. Highly suggested to increase your flavor profile. A olive oil sprayer is fantastic for this. Just do a light mist over the entire breadcrumbs there, and then you're going to put the seasoning from your harvest, which is the Italian herb, heavily over. So right out of the motor there. So you just shake it right on, and then you're going to use a spatula and make sure you evenly mix it all, and then add another coat on top to make sure you got that really well seasoned. The oven should be preheated to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. In 5-minute intervals, you are going to take the sheet pan that has the rim on it, mix it very thoroughly, and put it back in. I have a lot here, so I ended up splitting the breadcrumbs so that way they would toast a lot faster. The ideal texture you want is very dry. So what you do is you gently tap because it's going to be hot, feel it in between your fingers, and if it crumbles and it feels really dry, perfection, ready to go. Allow the breadcrumbs to fully cool down for 10 minutes. The reason that you're going to use the food processor again is because it will make the breadcrumbs more fine, which is ideal for breading such things as chicken, for example. So use that nonstick pad as a funnel, put them right back into your food processor, and then what you're going to do is allow it to run until you get your ideal texture that you want. The color of the breadcrumbs is so beautiful after they've been toasted. You can store the breadcrumbs in an airtight container for up to a week in the refrigerator or for 4 months in the freezer.